Subscribe or they will haunt you. How do you get over someone? You'll try a million things, but the only real answers are time and or eternal sunshine of the spotless mind eyeing them. You're always gonna carry that weight. Time will strengthen your back. It's been 2 years. I still think about it every single day. I'm unsure if this makes sense, but now it hurts on the inside. I still dream about her, still wish I could have done something to save the relationship. In my eyes she was the love of my life, and I'm honestly scared that I'll never get over her. I wish I could stop thinking about her for just one day, just one. Nobody knows about it. I suffer alone. I think it's very important to build new memories that do not have that person in them. Otherwise we always tend to pine over every place, song, activity associated with them. If you've been together for long, it's important to build new memories, go to different places, find a new hobby/activity, and keep your mind involved in that. This is fantastic advice that worked for me. Instead of gloomily listening to our favorite song, I instead went on a trip with my mates and put that song as part of a road trip playlist. It's my song now. Soon enough you'll associate new memories with the old song/activity and it's great. Play it out in your mind. Have the full unabashed conversation like that person was standing right in front of you. Talk to them. Remember why you aren't together. If it was mutual, then this usually works. If it's one-sided and your heart is broken, embrace it. Embrace the pain. Remember, if there isn't anything you can do about the situation, the only thing you can change is the way you react to it. Love your fate. If this person you wish to get over has passed on, and everything in the world is muted gray, dull, and terrible, then in my experience, getting over is not something you should really even attempt. That person, as all people, are never truly gone from this world until they are forgotten. It is your duty to live your life as best you can, never forgetting them, but also living as they would have wanted you to. Go on adventures, pet dogs, eat strange foods, read books that challenge your beliefs, grow as a person, and maybe one day find love again, knowing full well that they would approve. I'm 40 now, and it seems the older I get, the easier it becomes to walk away from people. I've met the love of my life 3 different times. I've loved women without ever telling them. I've been rejected, cheated on, dumped, ghosted, married, and divorced. I've had one-night stands and 12-year relationships. The only thing I can tell you is that the people we chose to love leave pieces of themselves within us. Oftentimes, you don't even realize it until you have the strange desire to go to an Nike on a Saturday afternoon and have no idea why until you walk in and feel the nostalgia of walking around with someone, laughing at odd chairs, and wondering why this insignificant thing meant so much. There's going to be good days, and there's going to be bad days. I used to convince myself that I didn't think of him anymore, but the truth was I thought of him every day until I didn't. People say you need time, but you also need patience. Just when I thought I was finally getting over him, I started to dream of him. I would wake up in tears because of how angry I was that I was doing so good on moving on, yet all it took was one 15-second dream to pull me back 20 steps. But in order to move on, you have to let yourself feel every emotion and have patience. This is exactly what is happening to me right now. It is frustrating. I was doing better. Now I dream about her every night since a few nights, and it makes each start of my day a sad one. I improve during the day, and then the cycle repeats itself. I wanna reach out and talk every morning, but I know it would only make it worse for me. Stop trying too hard to get over. When I had my first breakup, I tried too hard to distract myself and everything kept reminding me of her. The point being, if you feel sad, it's okay. If you miss them, it's okay. If you feel jealous seeing them with someone else, it's okay. If I could go back and do one thing differently was self-love. I did not love myself enough and kept thinking about what I could have done better. Now I'm old enough to realize that relationship is two people and you can't keep it together just by yourself. It has already been suggested here. Love yourself more. Get healthy, fit, or learn a new hobby. Do something you always wanted to do but were too preoccupied to do before. Accept the things you cannot change. That includes people. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I read a quote from a psychologist not all that long ago that said something like, make sure when you are replaying back all the memories in your head, that you play the whole documentary and not just the highlight reel. I thought that was some good advice. It can be easy to just play back the good memories, but don't forget all the reasons they weren't right for you also. I repeat to myself like mantra, you miss the feeling of being loved, not the person. Rejection doesn't mean you aren't good enough. It means the other person failed to notice what you have to offer. Mark Amend. The people who reject you are just wingmen for your dream partner. Sometimes, I like to think about the good old days. Back then, I never even knew this person existed. I sure as hell can live without him now. For me at least, it helps. Definitely not a miraculous cure for the pain, but it's nice to try. There are a lot of people here saying it just takes time. This is terrible advice. I lost 5 years of my life to depression after my wife left me, becoming a socially isolated alcoholic in the meantime. This was all because I thought that time alone was enough, and all needed to do was be patient. Trust me when I say that simply waiting by itself is not enough, and if you don't take active steps to address your problems and start healing, you may just end up getting worse over time. You truly won't. It's all about realizing the truth that it's over. And slowly as you start accepting the truth you would move away, but you'll never get over. You'll just accept it as it is. One day you're gonna wake up, brush your teeth, make coffee, and go about your day. Then you're gonna realize you haven't thought about them in a while. That's when you know you're able to go without thinking of them. Fuck your life up in a major way. Works in an instant. If your problems at hand are 10,000 times bigger than whatever was yesterday, you forget that eternal happiness in an instant. My ex had a rebound, got pregnant and got an abortion. I got into major trouble with the police for drugs, and then lost my life savings day trading. The loss of eternal happiness seems distant. The problem is living in spite of them. So many people go to the gym and try to get fit. This is good, but it's damaging mentality. You need to sit down and work on your 5-year plan and be excited to live your life. I've been doing to the gym 2 years since my divorce, and I'm addicted and don't plan to stop. Gym is insanely good for your mental health. Getting fit is good for you and helps your confidence. Agree with the spite part, but that fades quickly, emo. I'm also in this same exact spot. Dream of her like every other night, and I never usually remember my dreams. All I want to do is text her. Worst part for me, I have to work with her every day. Not easy putting it aside. There's nothing more I like to do than drift to sleep and dream of you. I think of you, and how you smile, and what you do, and for a while, there's only you, and only me, and nowhere else I'd rather be. But mornings break, and nights move on, and then I wake, and then you're gone.